We'll have a moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed service members who protect our nation and the first responders who protect our neighborhoods. Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn.
Here.
Councilmember Friedlander.
Here.
Councilmember Cusio.
Here.
Councilmember Palumbo.
Here.
Councilmember Smith.
Here.
Councilmember Sackett.
Here.
Councilmember Kelly.
Here.
Vice President Abrahamson.
Here.
President Jeremy.
Here.
This meeting was advertised in the Daily Record, the official newspaper for the Township of Rockaway, on January 8, 2018. Notice was posted on the official bulletin board of Rockaway Township.
Item number 6 on the agenda is the designation of the Sergeant at Arms. Township Code 2-5.15 decorum. While the council is in session, the members shall preserve order and decorum. The council president at his or her discretion shall direct the chief of police or such other person in the police department as he may designate to be the sergeant of arms at the council meeting. The sergeant at arms shall employ reasonable means to maintain the proper order and decorum consistent with accepted standards. The accepted I see Officer Testa in the back. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Officer Testa, will you be the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting?
Yes.
Okay. The accepted standard is that members of the audience are asked to keep their volume to an inaudible level so that business can be conducted and so that those who are speaking can be clearly heard. If an individual becomes audible, the Sergeant at Arms is expected to ask the individual to reduce their volume to an inaudible level or ask the individual to leave the meeting room as necessary. Next on the agenda, item number 7 is the approval of the minutes. March 16th, special meeting. March 22nd, special meeting. March 24th, special meeting. March 27th, regular meeting. April 10th, regular meeting. April 24th, regular meeting. April 24th, closed session. Though the agenda notes it, the council has not yet received the May 8th regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Smith. Second by Kelly. Is there any discussion regarding the minutes? Councilmember Sackett?
On the minutes and approval of minutes, should we either vote yes or no, or should we vote yes on some, no on some?
Councilmember Sackett, if you would like to vote yes, no, or otherwise on any one of the minutes, simply indicate your vote for the specific date of those minutes and whether or not the meeting is special meeting, regular meeting, or closed meeting. So for instance, let's say you weren't at the March 24th meeting and you weren't able to listen to the audio, you, for whatever reason, weren't able to review the minutes, you could cast your vote in the following manner. Abstain on March 24th special meeting, yes to the rest. Is there any other discussion among the council? Councilmember Kelly.
Just so the members of the public on special meetings related to budget sessions that we had.
Correct. We have 3 special meetings for the budget. Then we have regular meetings, and then we had a closed session during one of the meetings as well. Is there any other discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn.
On March 16th, I vote yes. March 22nd, I abstain. March 24th, I will abstain. I left the meeting at 8:45, so I didn't hear the rest of it. On March 27th, I vote yes. April 10th, I vote yes. April 24th, I vote yes. April 24th, closed session, I abstain. May 8th, I vote yes. When we get the minutes, I was here.
Councilmember Friedlander.
March 26th, I vote yes. March 22nd, I vote,
Excuse me.
March 16th, excuse me. March 22nd, yes. March 24th, I left 2.5 hours early, so I will abstain from the remainder of that meeting.
Councilmember Freelander, we're simply taking votes.
Okay, well, yes. No, I abstain then on the 24th, completely.
Thank you.
Yes on 27th of March, April 10th, yes. April 24th, yes. April 24th, yes. Closed session, and May 8th, yes.
So, Councilmember Freelander, I don't know if you heard me earlier. We never received minutes for May 8th, so we're not voting on May 8th today. So we will note all your other votes and
Yes.
ignore that last one.
Okay.
Councilmember Puccio?
I'm going to abstain on all the meetings.
Councilmember Conlon?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes to all of them.
Councilmember Sackett?
Yes to all, abstain, March 24th.
Councilmember Kelly?
Yes to all, abstain on April 24th closed session.
Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
And President Daniel?
Yes to all. Next on the agenda, we have council appointments. There are no council appointments. Following that, we have open to the public. For the open to the public, I have both sheets here. For this session, we're going to have it open on any topic. So I will go through the first sheet and then the second sheet. Ordinance 2-5.14 requires that any comments or questions made during the public portion of a council meeting must be addressed to the council as a whole and not to any individual council member. The failure to comply with this ordinance may result in the termination of any further opportunity to address the council at this session. All speakers must first be recognized by the council president before speaking. All comments are to be directed to the entire council as a whole and not to any individual members. Speakers have 5 minutes each to speak per Township Code 2-5.14. At the conclusion of 5 minutes, an alarm will sound indicating that the speaker's time has expired, and the individual speaking is expected to immediately relinquish the microphone so that the next individual may speak. Failure to adhere to these rules will result in the council president using the gavel to reinforce adherence to the rules and when an individual's speaking time has expired. If at any time a speaker ignores the gavel or refuses to relinquish the microphone, the sergeant at arms is directed to assist the individual in relinquishing the microphone and remove the individual from the meeting as necessary. Anyone else want to get their coughs out before we allow the public to speak? This would be a good time. I think there's something going around. Everyone good? Okay. First on the list is Dave Press. Please state your name and address for the record.
Second.
Okay. So first on the list then is Bill Cullen. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, 90 Hart Avenue.
Please come up to the microphone. And if you would, into the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Yes, my name is Bill Cullen, 90 Hart Avenue.
And just a reminder, this is open to any topic, so please continue.
Correct. Just curious, I've lived at 90 Hart Ave for 28 years. Stewards is right in front of me. Never was noticed about what's going on. It hasn't opened. Nobody's sent any kind of notifications out, anything that's going on. I heard a Wendy's going in. Is that hearsay? Nobody notified us about anything. I know it's a commercial property, but it's going to change the landscape of our property. That's why I'm here. Can anybody answer that for me?
We'll take your questions and then we'll answer following the opportunity for everyone else to speak, if that's okay.
That was my only complaint.
Okay.
But
All right.
28 years of paying taxes in the town, not knowing nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the list is Dave Press. Please state your name and address for the record.
Dave Press, 71 Oakland Avenue. Council says they're interested in saving taxpayers' money and properly spending the taxpayers' money. Yet you cost us $10,000 in legal fees as a result of a suit that was filed regarding county committee petitions. Usually when you file a suit, either you or your attorney conducts research in search of documentation to support their case. One or both of those individuals does not receive that documentation from Councilmember Abramson and Councilmember Smith. Okay, the last council meeting, in case people here that don't know, the last council meeting was canceled. It was canceled, a very selective virus apparently infected 5 council members. What amazes me is how it only affected one faction of the council, not exactly transparent government. On numerous occasions, some comments made at council meetings, excuse me, referred to meetings canceled by the previous council. Welcome to do as I say, not as I do government. And finally, is it true that that's the question. I'll leave the last one. Forget that. That's enough. Thank you.
Mr. Best?
Mr. Kelly, we are open to the public. You'll have an opportunity after we close it to the public. Thank you. Next on the list is Pat Degnan. Please state your name and address for the record.
Pat Degnan, 88 Valley View Drive. I have 3 items I just wanted to discuss tonight. One, there's a triangle at the corner of Upper Mountain and White Meadow Road. The stop sign was down, but I noticed that it was put up, but I'm thinking it's facing the wrong direction. I was wondering if the police could check that out just to ease my mind. And then I would like to thank everyone who was able to attend the sunrise service that was held at the White Meadow Lake Fire Department. It was the biggest turnout that we've had so far. We had a lot of residents, and it was really a good thing. And then I would like to make a special thank you to Mayor Dodgson for his help in getting Cablevision to finally remove a wire that we have not been able to use in White Meadow Lake for months. And every time our site manager would try to get it done, they would send the wrong person to do it. Mayor Dodgson was able to help us, and thank you very much.
Next on the list is Brian Whitty. Please say your name and address for the record.
Best.
There are no more speakers on the list, so I will now close it to the public. Thank you, Mrs. Degnan, for inviting us all to the sunrise service. A number of us attended that, and it was a great event. With regard to the triangle at Upper Mountain, the sign that's facing the wrong way, Mr. Mayor, is that something that the police department and or DPW can take a look at?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then the road over on
At the triangle. Okay, we have that noted with the administration?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Cullen, with regard to the Stewarts, where are you, Mr. Cullen? There you are. 28 years that you lived here in town, and you got no notice about that project. I've lived in this town since 1987. The only notice that I'm aware of is what I saw in the paper. So I don't know that the council got any kind of notice, and I share your concern about that. If that's something that went through the planning board or is working its way through the planning board, or otherwise, I would hope that we would get some sort of notice about that. Does the administration know? Mr. Lutz has his hand up.
Actually, Council President, I was just informed by Ms. Murray from the Planning Department. They received an application, I believe it's this morning from Wendy's for that place.
Okay,
So that's, I'm sorry, Mayor.
that's all to jump in. So, I've been here for 57 years. I actually worked at stores. We know nothing about what Stewart's was, when it was closed. The first time that I realized that it was going up for sale is when the newspaper guy called me up and told me Wendy's was interested. So I gave him my comment, said how good it was. Talked to Jim. Jim didn't have any applications in. So the council's concerned of not knowing anything about what was coming into Wendy's. We had the same concerns too at stores. It was it's a landmark. It's something that I grew up with, and most of the people around here grew up with. It's going to be deeply missed. And what he said is that once the application comes before the board, then you have to decide.
There's going to be traffic issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, we know in the past that the quick check was looking in there, we couldn't stop it that, so it's got to be something.
Thank you.
Mr. Kelly, did you have something to add?
I did actually, and for the merits before, Wendy's was in touch with township engineers, Mr. Lutz. They came in months prior, the article that was there, seeking out to see what kind of variances they may possibly need for acquiring that land for what they wanted to do there, because of the 200-foot frontage and 125-foot setback that's there. And then the DOT offered up to Route 46 going into Rockaway Twp Road. So there was some conversations that were taking place from Hugo, who's the owner, as well as Wendy, that's a potential purchaser, moving forward. It was just something that was an inquiry that had happened where Dover was receiving a lot of information in question, thinking that it was actually Dover, not Rockaway location. And then it was reached out to some of us, the mayor and myself, with regard to that application and potential purchase of that. So there was some information that was coming forth, and I don't know if you recall those communications that you had with representatives from Wendy's.
I do know Wendy's had communicated with the planning department regarding some applications and some submission requirements, but the actual submission didn't take place. It was either today or yesterday.
And what were the variances that they were looking for?
Honestly, I don't recall what variances were required. The application is actually filed in the planning department. So anybody in the public is welcome to go to the planning department to review the application. Once that application is deemed complete, there will be public hearings in front of the appropriate land use board.
So,
Go ahead, Mr. Kelly.
to Mr. Cullen, you live on the other side, across from the back of the properties that are right up against Stewart's Hot Club.
Correct.
Those are things that are taking place for some of the residents, because in the past, there was some rumors of Mr. Dickerson that was going to purchase it, potentially put it in a restaurant that was there. There was also a quick check, and I believe the mayor was someone involved with that. Didn't want that there, so that didn't happen. Because with some of the neighboring properties that surrounded it,
Yeah, there was real estate people coming out.
there was some
I'll make an
potential-
offer to everybody to take this shopping cart.
There was a potentiality that there was going to be a group of residents that were going to collaborate together and they were going to sell their property. Some were willing to work with them, others weren't. Hence, now we have a Wendy that's coming potentially with an application.
Has it been approved?
I'm sorry?
Mr.
Has it been approved?
I'm gonna have to interject here. This is not open to the public.
I know.
So if we would please, if you have comments, please make them, and perhaps, post-meeting, you and Mr. Cullen can speak if there are further questions.
No, that was just to answer your question that you had there. So I apologize, I had no awareness of it.
Yeah, no, that's all. Thank you very much for your help. I just
You're welcome.
See what's going on.
Mr. Cullen, we get millions of them, and not millions, we get a bunch of them all the time. We don't know.
I appreciate your help.
It comes to the planning department. So not every application that comes in for increase of that property gets filtered out to me or to the council.
So for the benefit of those members of the public who might be interested in following the application process for that property, what are the next steps? How can they find out what's going on?
Sure, the application can be reviewed in the township during business hours between 8:30 and 4:30 in the planning department. Once the application is deemed complete, then that meeting will be scheduled according to municipal land use law. They'll be required to notice everybody within 200 feet of the property regarding the meeting date, so the public is welcome to attend the land use board meeting. ask questions of the professionals of the applicant and also put comments on the record. As far as the actual date, that will not be determined if the application is reviewed in DPP. So you can track it through the planning department, and you can reach out to Ms. Mary directly.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Lutz, for that answer.
And just for the record, too.
Councilmember Kelly.
I'm sorry on this, if I can just add to it. If you wish to contact the planning department, it's 973-983-2810. And you can go to the columns that are there, 125, you either get the secretary, engineer, inspector, planning, or as well as Mr. Lutz.
Mr. Kelly, could you repeat that number a little more slowly for those of us who don't write as quickly as you're able to speak?
I'm sorry, it's 973-983-2810. And you can call the columns.
Okay. All right. Next on the agenda, we have an ordinance to introduce, Ordinance O-18-13, an ordinance authorizing the acceptance of a deed of dedicating a right-of-way and an easement granting a site triangle respecting real property designated as Lot 101 in Block 21502 on the official tax map of the Township of Rockaway, more commonly known as 71 Pawnee Ave. Is there a motion?
I'll second.
Motion by Abrahamson, second by Smith. Is there any discussion with regard to this? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Councilmember Lucio.
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbo.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Sackett.
Yes.
Councilmember Kelly.
Yes.
Vice President Abrahamson.
Yes.
President Daniel.
Yes. Sergeant at Arms, would you please come up to the front of the room here? We have someone who's disrupting the meeting. If you have a question,
Okay, first of all,
you're not recognized to speak, ma'am. If you'd like to, no, you're not recognized to speak, ma'am. Please stop screaming. If you continue to scream, you're disrupting the meeting. If you'd like to attend the meeting, please take a seat. We've passed the open to the public portion for this meeting. If you'd like to attend the meeting, please take a seat. Please take a seat if you'd like to join the meeting. We've passed the open to the public portion of the meeting, ma'am. This is the second time I'm telling you that.
These are instructions because we've changed.
Okay, ma'am, please take a seat. If we've passed the open to the public portion, if you'd like to join the meeting, please have a seat. This is the third time I'm asking you that.
Is it against the law to get papers when we come in now?
I'm going to ask you again to please take a seat. We're on item number 10. Due to an item that came to us late today, we are going to be skipping items 11 and going to consent agenda. Item number 12, resolution R-18-98 through R-18-105, plus the inclusion of a firefighter's appointment, Peter Palumbo. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Smith, second by Kelly. Clerk, please call the roll on the consent agenda.
Councilmember Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Friedlander.
Yes.
Councilmember Lucio.
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbo.
Yes on the resolutions, abstain on the firefighter appointment.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Yes.
Councilmember Sackett.
Yes.
Councilmember Kelly.
Yes.
Vice President Abrahamson.
Yes.
President Daniel.
Yes. Due to the item that arose this afternoon, we will be skipping item number 13, new business on the agenda. We'll be skipping item number 14, new business, and we took care of 15 at the beginning of the meeting. We have before us Resolution R18-106, which is a resolution to go into closed session regarding litigation matter known as Datchison v. Rockaway Township Council. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second,
Motion.
this microphone keeps going off.
All right. Motion by Abrahamson, second by Smith. The subject of this litigation is one that would exclude not only the mayor and the township attorney, but also council members Quinn and Kelly. So we will skip them in the roll. Clerk, please call the roll. Discussion of closed session will happen inside the closed session. Mr. Puzio.
I just want to ask, I'm not going to ask.
You can ask in the closed session. You can vote or not vote, but that's what we're doing now, Mr. Puzio.
5 minutes ago.
We just found out about this evening. So as soon as we found out about it, I directed the clerk to print out copies of all the litigation documents so that we can discuss them in closed session. Clerk, please call the roll. Clerk, please. Mr. Mayor, you're not recognized. The clerk is calling the roll. Okay. Mr. Mayor, no one has asked your advice on this. Clerk, please call the roll.
No.
Councilmember Puzio?
No, I don't have any information.
You have a resolution in front of you, Mr. Puzio.
No.
So please continue.
Councilmember Palumbo?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Sackett?
I feel a little steeple on something.
Clerk, did you skip Councilmember Quinn? Okay, you did. Okay, thank you. Okay, no, you were, thank you. Just making sure.
Vice President Adams?
Yes.
President Kennedy?
Yes. I count 4 yes, 3 no. The motion carries. We will adjourn for 5 minutes.
President, let me ask
I'm sorry, we will recess for 5 minutes.
My microphone's not working. I just want you to be aware of it. Okay, I just wanted to you guys know. I did. I asked him. He said he doesn't know.
We are recessed so that the room can be cleared for we are recessed so that the room can be cleared for closed session to begin. Thank you.
Can I approach the bench? I don't want to be called police on again. Yes, they're in recess. I was told I could ask you a question during recess. Is that not correct? You didn't post the rules. There are supposed to be rules, I guess, posted somewhere.
President, Vice President evaluate attorneys and then prepare a resolution for a vote at a future meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call the roll among those who were in the closed session.
Councilmember Palumbo?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Sackett? Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
President Jenny Harrigan?
You skipped Councilmember Palumbo, I'm sorry, Freelander, who's in closed session as well.
Okay. Councilmember Friedlander?
Abstain.
And Councilmember Councilmember Cruzio,
I'm going to abstain.
and President Jenny.
Yes. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Clerk, please call that is a motion by Abrahamson, second by second. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Clement,
No, that wasn't closed session.
No, we're voting to adjourn.
What about reports? Reports.
We are adjourning.
What about reports?
Reports.
As I stated earlier, we are skipping those items on the agenda.
Can you arbitrarily change that without the council approval?
Councilman.
Illegal.
It's the vote of council.
Councilmember Friedlander,
Speaking back to the Nothing, we wasted all our time.
Yes.
You're all.
Councilmember Cruzio,
No.
Councilmember Palumbo. Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Sackett.
Yes.
Complicit.
Councilmember Kelly,
Yes.
Complicit.
Vice President Abrahamson,
Complicit.
President Jenny.
Yes, meeting adjourned.
Complicit.
So much for representing the people of this town.
Criminals! You're all criminals! You robbed this town of 60 days of representation! Shame on you! Shame! 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 Shame on you! You stole from the community! 2 meetings in a row!
You're okay.
You're all